Welcome everybody to Hairflips and Layups weekly podcast. I'm the Cambodia. Joining us today is our normal cast and crew. We have Captain Connie. Connie.
Hi.
Don't forget Rai.
Oh.
What up?
This is Ryan Hill. Guess
Double D.
Good, man.
150. and a very, very special guest, NFL fantasy expert, Russell.
What kind of fantasy are we referring to?
So, Russ.
Man. So let's move the show along. We normally start the broadcast with a quick strike question. Today's quick strike question for our panelists is, what's your favorite song that relates to sports, whether it be a celebration song, something to set the mood, or just being in a stadium somewhere? Connie, you want to start us off?
Yes. My favorite is when they play Eminem's "Lose Yourself."
150.
Damn. I wanted to say the James Harden song, but since we had technical difficulties due to somebody I won't name, I will take Deion Sanders, "Must Be the Money."
You want to hum that for us?
The money. Good. That's all you get from me.
Okay. Double D. What's yours?
I'm gonna stick with my original. And it gets me hyped up. Da 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 da. It's the final countdown.
Makes me want to drink.
Songs for pedophiles.
Tell me that song doesn't get you ready to just cheer for your.
Russell.
Either the Team Saraki, I just thought of anything for ACDC.
Well, I mean, Rocky's still good. You don't have to change your answer. You know, that's classic, right?
That song just makes me want to run. I don't know why.
I can't believe no one said this song. It's probably one of those rally songs that you can't get away from. Journey.
Oh, Valley songs? Is that what you said?
Any guesses? Any guesses?
Don't Stop Believing.
There you go. I mean, come on, Giants fans. No one picked that song. I'd have to say that's the top three.
This
First
is the
one
Giants
being,
song for that
first one
the
being,
championship,
we are
man.
the champion.
I'm gonna pass on that one.
All right, let's just move things along to our news and notes segment. This is where we go through everything that just kind of happened in the sports world. Any particular kind of things worth mentioning? Usain Bolt, fastest man again. Thoughts?
Based on what? That was like what at the World Indoor Meet or something?
I don't think he's human.
Was that the World Indoor Meet?
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but a lot of big names were out of the race because of the scandal, right? And like that gay guy. What's his name? The gay guy.
Gay guy.
Doesn't that sound weird? When someone says the gay guy.
A gay guy.
Oh,
Tyson Gay.
Yeah, Tyson Gay.
Oh, Tyson Gay.
Oh,
But did you guys see the picture of like? I guess when he won the race, they had like in the stadium they had like lightning in the backdrop.
Crazy.
Oh yeah.
I just want to be in both your guys' worlds.
I thought that was worth. I thought that was worth pointing out since he seems to be a legit athlete, but you know, no one follows running track and field.
Can we trade tables, maybe?
After Carl Lewis sang the Star Spangled Banner, that was it.
What about? Oh, big news! Coming out of ATT Park, the fan throwing the banana.
Oh, what happened?
what? I never hear that.
Yeah, he threw a banana at a player.
Neil, since you're a giant hopeful, you want to enlighten everyone to the situation?
Well, the Giants were getting spanked by
Come on, we got a double.
Sorry, A's games on TV. Well, the Giants are getting spanked by the Baltimore Orioles. Adam Jones, not Pac-Man Jones, hit a 3-run shot in the 9th inning, and when he went to take the field, some idiot in the outfield threw a banana at him. Then when they found out, he tried to cover up, saying that it wasn't racist. He was just pissed off. But as far as everybody else knows, there is no fruit cart that goes up and down the bleachers, and dude's just covering up for being Riley Cooper, undercover racist. There you go.
Well, I don't know. In this situation, I don't think it was racially motivated. I think it's just one of those things where he probably was just pissed off and just decided, like, fuck it. I mean, in soccer, it's a different story.
Why
Soccer
is
is
soccer though?
no, because maybe he just didn't know. Maybe I read a follow-up.
Frustration.
No, man.
I don't know.
No.
I don't know about that.
No, man.
He didn't know.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, so I read a follow-up story on the LA Times.
Backwards. Well,
I read a follow-up on the in the LA Times. He actually called a news station after he found out the story caught,
Well,
I guess,
of course,
national.
because
What do we call it?
the Giant staff was going to investigate and look at cameras. So of course he called.
No, I know that, but there was no findings yet.
Well, he didn't know that, but he knew they were going to investigate and look at cameras. So probably out of fear or whatever it is you want to call it, or for all we know, he might even be looking for attention. But I'm not gonna give him benefit of the doubt because he called in and say,
Dude, no, seriously. You shouldn't be throwing shit on the field anyways.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I agree with that. But why?
But regardless, there's so much connotation with the banana, right? I mean, don't tell me that this guy didn't know. Of all the fruits that he could throw, he decides to throw a banana. Please. Dude.
Well, come on. You remember the game with Cleveland, the Cleveland game, or the Cincinnati game a while back? It's ridiculous.
About what?
The snowball fight that they started throwing snowballs, all of a sudden started throwing bottles, everything at the stadium.
Okay. This is actually a good point, and I'll make this a quick point. 150 actually wrote a nice piece about intelligent fan. Like, you don't have to say another team is garbage. I mean, to say the best way to get at a team is to be clever, right? I mean, to say kind of not just you guys suck, but be clever about it, be smart about it, and that's a lost art. But I don't think it was racially motivated. I hate how the media have to find some kind of hot point or a hot button to get everyone talking. That's just ridiculous.
I agree with you, Kim.
Was the guy in white?
I think Misty's on.
Was the guy that threw it white?
Probably.
Who? I don't know. I think he was Russian or something.
No.
Anyways, it's always gonna happen. It's not gonna stop. Racism is there. It just shouldn't find its way into sports. Bottom line, right? No.
He preaches it. You want some?
Tom Brady injured. This brings the question.
Is it still
In the
good?
preseason, we're experiencing so many injuries. What's the deal?
He's old.
No, it's either the players are playing half-ass or they're playing. They're not paying attention.
They're not concentrating.
Yeah.
Well, I beg to differ. We're talking about Tom Brady here.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, but it's,
Come on.
the only
Like
people that
Jeff-
play for preseason are those trying to make a roster.
Yep.
Those are the only guys that play for preseason.
Hey, are you guys telling me that Terrific Tom is not giving his 100% in a preseason game?
No, well, this is practice, so he just got rolled up. Things happen during practice.
Why was
Was
he?
it a preseason game this happened? I thought it was a
No, it
practice.
was practice.
It's practice.
It was practice. He got rolled up. Two linemen got into it, and then he just got pushed into it.
Wow, that's a crazy way to get hurt.
Hey,
There's a lot of injuries happening in practice right now, not in preseason games.
what wasn't
That's true.
wasn't 150 saying that God wants Tebow to start?
More or less, Ryan Mallett.
What's Tebow?
Tebow is only going to be good for fantasy-wise, but not for actual playing in the game.
Your fantasy. Hey, isn't it Tebow's birthday today too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, we have to say happy birthday to
Hell no.
Timmy Tebow.
Hell no.
Inside tip.
Tony's already in the mood.
There you
I'm
go.
at the party.
Insider tip. Insider tip. Take Tebow as your first pick in the fantasy draft. Just an inside tip.
Okay.
He'll be a good fantasy player if they move him to a different position.
We know that's not going to happen, but and that's a whole nother discussion about his career, right? But okay, so this is interesting. Forbes
Until about 11, bro.
listed their most valuable NFL franchise for this year.
Yeah, Cowboys are number one.
The Cowgirls?
Yep.
They're always going to be tops. But what surprised me was,
Come on, sir.
guess who's last?
That is a surpriser. I'm very surprised that that is the last team.
No, you know what? I think a lot of that has to do with the stadium. You know, they had.
If there's no stadium, there's no fans.
Well, I mean, we're talking about a team with somewhat of a storied history, right?
Yeah, I heard it this afternoon on the radio. It's just ridiculous that the Raiders are in last and Jacksonville is ahead of them.
Good.
Jacksonville?
Yeah, Jacksonville is
More valuable than the Raiders?
last.
A couple of teams worth mentioning. New England, number 2.
Riley.
Yep.
Redskins, 3. Guess where the Niners show up?
I think number 7?
No, they're actually 10.
10?
Wow.
Which is a surprise to me because I actually thought they'd be
But they'll
higher.
probably be more valuable after the stadium is done.
Once the stadium comes up,
Yeah, they'll
they're going to boost in value.
That's true. But I guess we'll wrap
You
up
already-
the news. We'll wrap up the news and notes section right now and send it out to Connie with her news and notes. Are you ready, Con?
Yeah.
Captain?
Let's see. This week in Justin Bieber news,
Yes.
Oh my God.
he just posted an Instagram where he's hanging out with Kevin Durant and Tyson Chandler. Oh, wait.
Oh no.
Gordon.
You don't want to see.
I want to see it.
Well, go to Justin Bieber's Instagram to see that.
So who was he hanging out with? Kevin Durant and who?
And Tyson Chandler.
Hey, why would Kevin Durant and Tyson Chandler feel like?
It's okay to hang out
I
with
don't
him.
understand. I
You
mean,
got douche with him?
It's Justin Bieber.
I don't know.
I understand he's like the MVP of the celebrity game, but just doesn't make sense to me.
Wait, what?
Wasn't he the MVP of the celebrity game in 2012?
I
That's
have no idea.
He was, right.
Yeah, I'm just saying facts.
yeah, but like we know clearly the Department of the Secretary of Education totally outplayed him, and he got pretty much raped by Scottie Pippen, right? But
Hey.
all his loyal teeny bopper fans called in.
Hey, don't stop believing.
Dude,
All
at
right.
least put up one of his.
Oh, man.
What's next, Connie?
Okay, let's see. Over the weekend, Matt Barnes married his basketball wives'
Wow,
girlfriend.
really?
Wow.
Finally got married?
In Santa Barbara.
Who?
Here's a picture of the Clippers. Oh,
You know what?
Chris Webber also went to the wedding.
Chris Webber?
Chris
That's right.
Webber, Karan Butler.
Baron Davis.
Lame.
I did not see Baron Davis.
Hey,
Tim McGraw was-
Blake Griffin can act.
Can
act.
he? Well, in
Have
the
you guys-
King commercials, right?
He's in LA. He's probably getting an acting coach.
No, have you guys seen the latest commercial about the Jordan brand with Chris Paul?
No.
Which one was that? Is that the one with the machine? That
Horrible.
Yeah, the Endorser 3000.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. He can flop on the basketball court as well as I guess acting.
Like I said, he's in LA. He's got a bevy of acting coaches at his disposal.
Rough.
That's why he sells the flop.
Yep.
There you go, Kim. You got it. The first time.
Okay, I have a picture here
It's backwards now.
of Jason Collins hanging out with Adam Lambert at a West Hollywood club.
I like how the glasses go right to his face.
That's kind of like Russell Westbrook.
With Miley? Or this weekend at the Teen Choice Awards, Russell Westbrook and Miley met each other.
Oh no, this sounds like a disaster waiting to happen.
Did she twerk?
She might have.
What is he wearing?
I don't know for that man.
I think he's trying too hard, man. Trying too damn hard.
He is
Just
from
wants
LA.
attention.
Oh mama, please get rid of that man.
Trying too hard.
Way too hard. Oh mama, there goes that man.
And there's Cap.
Kim, what would you rate him, 1 to 10?
I'd give him his body or his face.
Come on, man.
I'm not gonna lie. If I had to judge him strictly,
That just sounds like you're about to say something. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Like that's
Hollywood, right?
I mean, come on. You can't deny the fact that he's fit. Just can't deny it, right? He was on the what is it? The ESPN Naked cover or SI?
No, that's the ESPN
Body issue.
body issue. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not afraid to say that he has a body.
We all could wish.
You're not.
I mean, I'm just stating facts. He
already
has
has
a couple. He has a couple more packs than I do in his abdominal region.
He's got like a 30-pack.
Yeah, and I'm not ashamed to say that I wish they were mine.
He's got packs on packs on packs.
Pack on cap. I'll be here all night, folks.
And my last piece of news is that Kris Jenner confirms that Khloe and Lamar are not getting divorced.
Kris Jenner? Kris Jenner?
Who's Kris Jenner?
The Kardashian moms.
You know what? Aside from everything, I mean, I actually
What'd you say?
I actually like that couple, Lamar and Khloe.
Yeah, they're cute.
Well, not really.
I think they're legit.
They are.
If you compare their relationship to like Kim and Kanye, I mean, it's just kind of like, what the fuck? These guys are actually, I root for them.
Wait, it's not Khloe. Who's the other Kardashian sister?
Kourtney or Kim?
Kourtney. Is her husband the baby daddy of the son?
She's not married yet, but her boyfriend is the father of both her children.
Oh, Scott?
Yeah.
I like Scott.
You would like Scott.
I don't even know who you guys talking about.
I heard he was not the father of the first kid.
Oh yeah, I think the tabloids are talking about that now, but
Hey guys, is it just me, or does Scott remind you of Christian Bale?
It's just you.
Yeah.
it's just you.
Am I just gonna get dismissed like that so fast?
I think so, man.
Sorry.
Think Christian Bale in American Psycho.
Christian Bale was an American Psycho?
Yeah.
Never mind. I'm thinking American History.
It's that. I guess it's that preppy look that he has and the parted hair. He looked like he's from the Hamptons.
I think you just got a thing for Chris Bale.
Yeah.
And Scott Disick.
I'm Batman. I'm Batman. All right. Anything else for me?
No, that's all I got.
Okay, so before we get to the meat, as Neil likes to refer to the main segment, we're going to talk about fantasy football. I want to give a shout out to loyal listener Bammy.
Hi, Bammy.
What's up, Bammy? She actually voted for our theme this week, the Saved by the Bell theme song. So big ups to her. And
for you.
everyone out there, don't forget to vote for next week's theme. Visit us on Facebook, Hairflips and Layups, where you can actually find out some more interesting stuff. So, all right, let's start beating the meat, Neil.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, no.
That is, I'll be here all night, folks. I'll be here all night.
Well, you know what? You weren't here all night. That's what we started.
Yep.
Okay, fantasy football is very popular, very, very popular compared to any other sports. Any other fantasy sport. It's just made to, I guess it's made to succeed. I don't know. I love it.
Fantasy football?
Fantasy football,
Easier
yeah.
to manage compared to the other. Unless you're a dedicated baseball or basketball fan, you can do that. But football is just, it's a short week, short season.
No, yeah, you
I don't
know.
know if it's,
What's
I
up,
don't
man?
know if it's
I might go to bed, but I don't want to fall asleep.
I'll say I don't know if it's because it's a short season or if it's because it's it's once a week. I feel like even if football was 20 weeks long, the fact that you only have to concentrate on one game per week, it's easier for people to keep track of. Other sports, you pick a player and you have to watch that player play 3-4 games a week. You have to monitor him and make sure he doesn't go down hurt, he doesn't miss a start or miss a game, stuff like that. It's a little harder. But fantasy football, you actually have all week to figure out if your fantasy player is actually going to get to start or he's going to get to play. You get to monitor their how they did in practice. You have like a whole week to plan ahead of your
You have to
lineup.
Thursday to plan now. Remember that. There's a Thursday game.
Yeah,
So that
but
makes
still,
it a lot difficult
but,
to
I mean,
make
there's
sure
only
your
one.
player
But
is
there's only one Thursday game.
There's one Thursday game every week now.
Yeah. So still, you can either decide if you want, and if it's not every Thursday you have a player going. So if you do have a player going on Thursday, you have to decide if you want him to start for you, or you can just dump him and just deal with the players that come up on Sunday.
That is true. Yep.
So, but regardless, even if he did play on Thursday, you don't have to worry about him again for another week.
Yep.
For other sports, if I pick a player to play on Monday, I have to worry about if he's going to play on Wednesday. I have to worry about if he's going to play on Friday, and keep track of whether if they go on the road, stuff like that. It's a little too tedious.
For me, I mean, aside from the fact that it's just one game a week or one or two, whatever, there's not that many positions really to play. Whereas baseball, I think it's a lot more difficult because you kind of have to watch.
I'm looking at Connie's. Continue. Continue, Kim.
I lost my train of thought already. Well, to me, it's just easier because name recognition on a lot of athletes. Even so, for instance, if you're a girl and you want to get involved in fantasy sports, I think it's easier for you because there's a lot of names out there that you recognize at least to make it interesting. Whether or not you'll be competitive in your league. I mean, who doesn't know about Tim Tebow? Right? Who doesn't know about Terrific Tom?
Yeah, I'm not even sure. I don't think name recognition has much to do with it. I think when it comes to name recognition, there's more name recognition in basketball than there is in football. I think. They're just mainstream sports fans. Huh?
We're talking about in the context of fantasy sport, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it comes to people just drafting people off of names, I think fantasy basketball will probably appeal more to ladies than fantasy football would.
I think it's a mixed crowd depending on the person, depending on what game they really like. For the ladies, they probably like basketball. I know some girls that play fantasy football and they do very well.
What do you think, Connie? Why do you like fantasy football over basketball, baseball?
Is fantasy basketball like fantasy baseball where you have to adjust it every day?
Yes.
Yeah. I think I like football more because it's easier and you don't have to keep track of who's getting injured and trading and when I sign on, all my players are locked, so I can't even do anything, so I forget. And I guess football is easier because it's just once a week. Yeah.
I don't know. Since a lot of fantasy leagues are starting up, let's talk about draft plans.
Wait. So, but why should girls play fantasy football? That was one of the questions. Why? Yeah. And why should Ryan participate in fantasy football as Connie's co-captain?
He should not in the first place. But I welcome him to join any parties and celebrate. But I wouldn't trust him in arranging
Yours.
Yeah.
I'm a really bad sports
He can
fan,
watch
guys.
me draft.
I would probably pick the players based on the mascot they play for.
Okay, Ryan.
Yeah.
Why don't you participate in fantasy football?
I've never been a football fan. I can't get into the whole, oh yeah, football.
Really?
No, just not. I'm not a real man. Sorry, guys.
Ryan, don't let anyone tell you different. You are a real man.
I'm a fucking Boy Scout, but I hate sports.
You're a real man, man. Don't let society define you, like my boy
Just because you like rhythmic gymnastics.
There you
I've
go.
I've never owned a jersey for any sport.
Let your free flag fly.
Even I tried on Fortnite, you.
Uh-huh.
My jersey.
Oh,
Do your thing.
Oh God.
okay, so what are,
Here's Kim.
in a couple weeks we're gonna have our own draft for fantasy. Without divulging all your secrets,
Ah, nipple.
nipple slip.
Who had a
What
nipple
kind
slip?
of
Kim.
draft plans do you guys have?
Joanne flashed everybody Connie's at Rafton.
Me, I just wait and see what people draft, and depending on what where I'm at on the draft board. If I'm in the mid, I'll get the whoever's best available in the mid. I just watch whoever's they're drafting and get the best available player or draft what I need.
I would, in my other leagues, I normally draft whoever is available, the best players available, because I know I'll be able to trade them for something good. But in our league, I don't know, nobody trades, so I don't know if that's a good strategy.
I trade.
I just
I can't keep trading with you all the time, and besides, you are the kind of trader that would only trade if it's in your favor. You do not trade. You do not trade
It
unless
has to be fair.
It's only is in your favor.
It's always been the way.
You don't see value in players. You just, it's like, so for me, I think for our league specifically, I'll probably just trade for every position, the best player in every position that I need, and just go from there, go from week to week.
That's what everybody does, right?
Well, depending on the league. Depending on the league, you might actually trade some. Like in my other league, I've seen someone go like 1, 2, 3 quarterbacks, and then just like during the season, just like trade, maybe their second best or third best quarterback and try to get something out of it, because people are willing to trade.
Yep. Or in my big money league, I traded Chris Johnson when he was one of the hot players at the time, when he was on the decline. So I had to get rid of him and get a player that I needed to help me. So I helped out somebody else. They helped me out on. So
I'll tell you this right now. This is what I've kind of always have done. I'm open to trading with anyone except one person in the league.
For me, it has to be value. It has to be fair trade.
Okay,
because I know he'll swing.
to defend myself.
I mean, but the funny thing about that is it's all about value, though. Everyone keeps saying fair trades. You're not always gonna, even in real life, teams don't do that. It's all about value. Who was it that traded Chris Johnson last year and then ended up getting like, there you go, stuff like that. I had going into the trade, everyone would have looked like, oh crap, you're trading away Chris Johnson. He's not gonna do good, but
no, I did that a few years ago.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. I agree. But I'm saying is not every trade is. That's why typically I don't veto trades unless it's with someone who I know has no clue what they're doing. Like if Connie was going into a trade with someone else and I feel like she was being taken advantage of, I would fucking veto that trade. But some people say regardless of how stupid the trade is, I won't say anything. Like, okay, I'm sure you know what you're doing, unless it's unless they're colluding or something and try to just mess with the league. I would
normally the way you do it is. You trade a player if he's not performing very well or he's on the decline. That's how it usually is. And then you trade with a guy who needs a player. And then you do the swap or you do a multiple deal swap that favors both sides.
Connie, what's your plan?
Probably drafting just whoever's the best at the time. I want to auto draft.
That worked for Andy last year, so
No.
it's not a totally bad idea.
I
I was playing too many leagues, so I wasn't really paying attention to ours originally. So I'm decreasing the amount of leagues I'm playing this year, so I can concentrate on all the ones I'm playing instead of putting some aside.
Yeah. Only thing I hate about playing too many leagues is I'm rooting for. Sometimes I find myself rooting and not rooting for the same player at the same time.
Yep.
Like in one league, if I have a couple of players going Monday night, that player might either make or break me in two different leagues. So
I agree. I totally agree on that.
It's been tough for me to handle stuff like that.
I'd like to say that I lose a lot of trades, so it's not like I always try to get one over everybody. Only happened once.
It's never gonna happen again.
but I'm one of those hoarders. Like, I'll get a whole bunch of quarterbacks or a whole bunch of defenses and trade. But that's true. Nobody in our league trade. And I even offer some pretty good trades.
No, the thing is, there's no fair value in the trades in our league.
That is true, though. That is true, because a lot of times it's one of those things where it's like, fuck you guys. I want this guy, but I'm not willing to give anyone up. That's always the case. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. I'll be the first to admit it. I want more than what I want to give.
I want more equal value.
And that's expected.
No, forget about equal value. I want to get more than...
Well, my thing is, what's the point? If you're trading something for equal value, what's the point of the trade then? Might as well just the person you have.
It's equal value.
Draft to need. There's also draft to need. Imagine if you want to trade.
There you go. That's my point. Draft to need.
A player that you have on a bye week.
But that's my point. Yeah, there you go. That's not equal value. It's draft for need. It's what's valuable to you. It might not be valuable to somebody else, but it's valuable to you. On the outside, you're looking like, okay, well, this is not a fair trade. But then if you look at the person's roster, that might be like one extra running back going into a bye week. That's fair to the person.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's the way I look at it. That's why, like I said, when I see two people that know what they're doing, know their football, making stupid trades, I won't veto it because I believe that, hey, that's value for you. It's only when I feel like someone's being taken advantage of, then I'll be like, okay, now that's just stupid or something. But
and when was the last time you tried to veto one of my trades? See? Because I give equal value, or I give good value. I'm trying to get my win on. Thank you.
I mean,
I don't know. But yeah. It's going to be tough to get at least people in our league to trade.
Because some people fall in at least our league, we fall in love with players, or I think one thing about our league is that a lot of some people are kind of not deep fans of football.
Yeah.
Where they're just gonna draft and that they're gonna sit.
Yeah.
But Connie, you trade though. See, that's the thing.
What?
You trade.
I'm gonna try more this season to trade.
And I am always a willing participant of a trade. Just don't try to steal from me, like Kim. Kim offers the worst trades. Becca, you know that's true.
That is true.
My trades, at least kind of, I try to win a little bit, but Kim tries to totally. What the hell are you thinking?
It has to benefit both sides on the trade.
what's the most valuable position in fantasy sports? Is it the quarterback, the running
Depends on
back,
the scoring.
the tight end?
Depends on the scoring. Depends on how the league scores.
Depending on if you're a PPR or a standard league. Standard league, you go for running back. PPR, you want the right receiver.
Can you explain what the difference is for our listeners out there that don't know what the hell those two are? Expert football analyst.
If you're playing a standard league, it's a set scoring system. So it's a whatever. It depends on how you put the scoring, where it can benefit the running back more than the quarterback. Where in a PPR, it's a point per reception, where each reception, the right receiver gets a point. So it depends on what you're drafting. You can get a running back that also catches the ball, like a Ray Rice or McCoy, or you get or you want a passing quarterback, like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. There's Is that, or you want a stud wide receiver, so you go the Calvin Johnson route, EJ Green. It all depends on the scoring system.
Yeah, it depends on the scoring system, from what I've seen.
I always thought it was I honestly always thought the running back would be the most valuable position.
No. I've played leagues where the receiver was actually the most valuable.
Yeah.
How about in
I
our
think
league?
receiver,
How
quarterback.
about what?
In our league.
Our league, I think we do standard scoring, so it looks like the running back is
Standard scoring would be benefiting the running back.
running back, yeah.
Actually, I did get a boost up a little bit points of the quarterback. So, but it's still a pretty balance between quarterback, wide receiver, but running back gets the most definitely.
Yeah, I think part of the reason why the running back is standardly more valuable is because he gets to run and receive at the same time, most times. Like, you're more likely to see a running back who has the opportunity to catch a ball for yards. You're not gonna. No wide receiver is gonna line up in a running back position.
Very rare you see a running back, wide receiver run a running route.
Exactly. So, or being handed off the ball.
Yep.
But more than likely, a running back is more likely to actually, like, either through a play action fake or some kind of gimmick play, he has the opportunity of scoring through rushing yards, passing yards.
See, can I be honest with you? I understand a lot of the points because of how fantasy baseball is just, and basketball, you have to just keep watching your team every day. But isn't the scoring in fantasy baseball and basketball a little bit easier to understand than fantasy football? Like, whoever has the stats, that's it.
It is. It is.
It probably is, but I'm so used to playing football. I've been playing fantasy football for like 12 years already, so I'm so used to it. Playing fantasy baseball is I gotta pay attention more or learn more of the players.
That's just the thing. Like, what tired me out about baseball is, like, even when, like, I'll log into my team maybe once or twice a week, and between logins, like, I'll see 2 players are on DL already. It's like, who has who has time for that? It's like you barely gave me a time to even, like, go, like, basically have to be checking that stuff every day. As soon as he goes on the DL, I'm supposed to pull him out. That doesn't happen. With football, I can sit, watch SportsCenter. I hear that, this guy is, he's not looking too good in the next upcoming game, and I'll be like, okay, I'll keep an eye on him. By the time Sunday comes around, I'll make up my mind if I want to play him or not. Baseball, you don't get that time. You don't get that. You don't get the time to make those changes.
Yeah, but you get a long season though.
Yeah,
I don't mind. I don't think. I feel like if football was like, baseball is only 22 weeks, or how many weeks is it?
I don't know, but about 4 weeks before I win the fantasy baseball.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, I'm just behind you, man, and I'm doing nothing. I have my team is injured again, and I don't even know if I should drop somebody or not.
So, okay, so baseball is about 28 weeks. I feel like even if football is 28 weeks, it'll still be manageable because you don't have to devote as much time as you do baseball. If it was once a week, it was only once a week that I have to pay attention to it, I think it would still, fantasy football would still work. I don't think the length of time has to do anything. It's just like the number of, kind of like how you have to constantly keep up with it.
When we first started doing fantasy football, one of the drafting techniques of some people in our group was to draft the cute players. I won't name names.
Cute players?
Kim.
No, please. Come on, give me a break.
But, well, don't you find that weird that, like, people, like, girls in particular do know the cute football players, but,
But they didn't, though. They were Googling the images. They were looking up images just to see, like...
But, no, because, like you were saying earlier, basketball players, baseball players, you see their faces.
Yeah.
But I will say that baseball players tend to be bald, but...
Baseball players are bald?
They play longer, too, though.
They're bald, man.
Their careers are a lot longer. Baseball players, they have longer careers.
Really?
Baseball players has longevity in their career.
Yeah, their careers are a lot longer.
And they get fat.
Pablo. Oh man.
They don't run. They don't need to run.
You know, if you can hit it out the park all the time, you don't need to run.
So who are the players on everyone's kind of wish list?
Adrian Peterson, all day.
He, Aaron
At
Rodgers.
least it's Tony Romo.
What? He's a freaking
I didn't ask.
round draft pick.
Tony Homo.
I didn't ask who the pretty ones were.
Huh?
Hernandez.
Kelly says Aaron Hernandez.
Hey, go for him, man. First round. Take it in the first round.
Please draft him. Please draft him. You know what? I
The
bet
Bulls
you.
will draft him.
Can I be honest? Since Kelly is in the room, that even with Aaron Hernandez facing death sentence, even if she drafted him and she is on her starting lineup, and you make an offer to trade for him, she won't do it.
That is true. That is true. Hey, let's make a rule. And I think this is something that a lot of leagues should partake in. But before the end of the season, everyone should have at least 4 transactions or something like that, just to promote, encourage movement, and just make it funner. Like 4 transactions. What do you guys think of that idea?
No, people
I'll
will
do my best.
No,
I
people.
don't think you
people
necessarily-
will do the drop in ad. Don't you mean you want 4 trades? Or
No, I want to.
transaction if a player gets injured or if there's a hot player on the
Oh, yeah.
on the waiver wire, they'll go after those players.
Especially
Yeah, I don't think you necessarily need to force people into trading.
there's some people that's their game. They don't trade. Like Andy doesn't trade, and he almost won. So it's like, why would you trade if you have a track record of not needing to trade throughout the season?
I'd trade.
I don't think it's necessary to force people into trading, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it shouldn't be necessary. They do. Everybody does it through the waiver wire.
Yeah, if you
Or
trade,
they drop in ads.
Well, like I said, it's not necessarily trade, but we're talking about transactions. So
Yeah, that's the drop in
transaction
ads.
with it.
Transaction. Everybody's going to do it.
How else?
Do it.
How else can you make a
If you want
transaction?
the full fantasy experience, offer me a trade, and then I'll offer.
Okay.
I'll tell everyone on this broadcast right now. I will trade with anyone, even if that trade is unfair.
Even
to me,
Hernandez?
Tom Brady.
I'll think about it. He's on my list, but let's see how his injury is.
I'm gonna try and go for a whole team of 49ers.
Really?
Yep.
Hey, can I make a bold prediction right now?
Sure.
The Niners are not going to make the playoffs.
Hey.
Oh,
I interrupt
I think they're going to make the playoffs, but they're not going to have the same record from last year.
Hey,
I think they're going to have a winning. They're probably going to have a winning season, but
What is
it'll
that?
fall short.
hey, baby girl made me banana chocolate cake. See?
Pecan pie. Oh, banana
But
chocolate.
Cabo Mark made it for you?
Come on!
Dude, that's Rocky Mountain oysters, fool.
What?
Those are Rocky Mountain oysters.
I like Rocky Mountain oysters.
Any
In my
other
mouth.
bold predictions? Any other bold predictions? Whether it be fantasy or
And I don't know if we're going to get into this later, but I mean, that receiving core, after Crabtree went down, I was like, okay, I mean, Harbaugh is going to do something. He's going to figure something out. But now with this whole A.J. Jenkins fiasco, I'm like, it is not looking good. And they're going to ask Kaepernick to do too much. That's my fear.
I have a feeling that's going to happen too with A.J. Jenkins not stepping up.
They're gonna ask Kaepernick to do too much, and
Marlon Moore, my man, Marlon Moore.
Who's that? From LSU.
He'll make you know who he is by the end of the season.
Is that the kid from Louisiana Tech?
No. That's another guy.
No. I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Other predictions. Connie, what predict?
I predict that Kelly will make the playoffs.
I will.
Did she almost last year? Did she do that? Like, wasn't she close last year?
She made him last year.
I think I did.
You did? Oh.
Oh, Kim's back. Hi.
God bless.
You can call me back, Matt.
I'm sorry.
Hey, this is a podcast.
He needs some milk and cookies.
So yeah,
No, man.
we'll see. It's about to be another fun season.
Yeah,
It'll be an interesting season.
football is fun. I think especially because more people know rules about football. That there's a lot more crap talking in our league with football than baseball. Everybody forgets about baseball. And basketball didn't even happen. When we tried that basketball year,
I played basketball once, and I'm not doing it again.
that's way worse than baseball.
I can't keep track of baseball or basketball.
I think they're both the same.
Yeah.
Both the same, unfortunately. Baseball actually a little longer.
All right, Kim, segue to the next segment, my man.
Uniforms in professional sport. It could be fashion. It could be useful. What do you guys think? The best the best uniforms out there. Uniforms.
In honor of my my American heritage, the candy cane uniforms of the U.S. men's national soccer team.
It's pretty sweet.
I love those candy canes.
I'm gonna say this.
What up?
The Warriors uniform with the sleeves.
Oh, that's ugly, fool.
Oh, that's ugly.
I actually really like that. I'll tell you why. One, when I go play ball in the playgrounds, you can wear something like that, and it'd be fine. It's one of those things where it's like well, I don't know. It looks cool. I just think it looks cool.
For street ball, maybe, but I hear what 4 other teams are going to be wearing that type of jersey this season.
The Indiana is gonna pick it up, and a couple other teams.
Yeah.
I used to like the. I've always liked the Oregon Ducks uniform.
Yeah, I agree. Oregon Ducks has interesting uniforms.
Yes, I guess Nike has a lot to do with it.
Town, man.
Maybe design a good uniform to that team.
You know what uniform I don't like? I've never liked the 49ers uniform.
You know what? I think their new logo.
I agree on that. They gotta change. They gotta change it up. I do like them bringing back the red, but it needs something more.
Well,
that's why I've never gotten a hat.
The Niners are pretty.
What up?
Was that Kim?
No, I said the Niners are pretty ugly, but I think the franchise with the worst logo is the New England Patriots. That's like worse. It's like the Canadian football team married a D-League team married an arena football team. It's one of those.
It's just been Pat the Patriot back.
No, it's ridiculous. It's like a generic logo. It's like someone trying too hard. It's like Misty trying to dance and become more hipster than she is.
Hey, Kim, let's not compare people's dancing moves.
Oh man.
Let's not start talking about other people's dance moves. Two step. No, but you know what? Honestly, it's that generation. Like the Carolina Panthers, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I really hate those uniforms. The Baltimore Ravens. I hate those uniforms.
Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, you know what? It is true though. It's like a generation thing. Like a lot of. It's funny how a lot of different eras they design similar type uniforms, right?
That's true.
Yeah,
Like
that is
back,
true.
like back in the days, they usually just go with the logos with the lettering of the like baseball, NYLASF. They don't do that anymore, do they?
Like the Atlanta Hawks, they got an ugly uniform.
Oh, that uniform got ugly. Yeah, I agree on that.
The Hawks.
Yeah, the Hawks. Not the
Falcons. I like the Falcons one though.
Yeah.
I like the classic Hawks uniform when Dominique and Spud Webb played. That was a better uniform than the one they have now.
Connie, who has the cute uniforms?
Cute one?
Cute or ugly?
I can't really think of any. What?
Seahawks.
Oh, Kelly says the Seahawks.
Oh.
No, that's Monkey Town over there too. They have interesting uniform.
They got a bird on their shit.
Kelly likes the Seahawks uniform.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. The Cowboys have one of the most iconic uniforms out there. Like them or not. Like them or not,
I agree on that.
have an iconic with the star.
No, you can also talk about the Steelers. They have an iconic one patch on one side, black on the other, on their helmets. They have a classic uniform also.
But you know.
Thumbs up. Hey, let's go down the list of thumbs up and up. Okay.
What's that?
What was that, Neil?
No, go for it. What did you say?
No.
About what?
No, I think they will be fun to give a thumbs up or thumbs down on list of approved uniforms from the panel at Hairflips here on different NFL teams. Like, say, for instance, I'll say the Raiders. That's definitely a thumbs up. I mean, if you
What?
football.
The Raiders.
Oh my goodness.
Raiders.
I give them a thumbs up.
Raiders
Raiders have a classic uniform. The
Raiders
Raiders
have an awesome uniform.
That's an
they have the silver on
That's
the
an
helmet.
iconic.
Raider fans, Raider players, thumbs down. But the Raider uniform.
You know what?
Raider uniform, I give them a thumbs up on that.
It's too. I don't
Look,
like the colors.
The Brooklyn Nets.
That's an ugly uniform.
The Brooklyn Nets.
No, okay, so the Brooklyn Nets actually designed all their stuff, the new stuff, based on the black and silver scheme, right? The black and white, black and silver, kind of mirrors the the toughness that is the Raiders. I was gonna say that.
Toughness of the Raiders.
The Broncos.
Which
Oh,
uniform?
Broncos. That's nice. That's a good one.
The current one, I do like. I like the, but I prefer them going back to the old classic uniform. The
Thumbs down. No, sorry, it's a unanimous vote. The Broncos have one of the worst logos out there. I mean, it's kind of the same thing as Neil was describing with the generational thing with the cartoon.
That is true, but they won with that uniform.
But are we talking logos or like uniform, like colors and stuff?
No, we're talking both, right? We're talking about logos and uniforms.
Because yeah, the Broncos logo sucks, but I like their uniform. Like the combination of the colors and stuff.
I would like to see a modification of the old uniform, the classic '80s uniform, with the D and the Broncos and their emblem.
That looks just stupid.
Modern.
It looks like a high school Letterman jacket.
What other uniforms?
Green Bay Packers.
Thumbs
That's
down.
iconic.
What?
down.
What?
It's an iconic uniform. You
It's
can't.
iconic, but it's ugly.
That is true, but it's
Green
iconic.
and
It's just like
yellow.
the Bears or anything like that.
You know what? This is what I'll say. It looks generic, right? It looks generic. But I think that's where a lot of like designers strive to be generic because it becomes so popular.
I think
Everyone
it just
associated with a generic kind of logo uniform. It's a good and bad thing. It becomes so successful that it becomes successful like Band-Aid.
I think it just represents the town, the city very well.
Yeah, really blah. But
Yeah, but it's hard to get a ticket to go to the game.
It's an ugly uniform. I mean, that's what Hairflips and Layups represent. You know, would you be caught dead in a Green Bay Green Bay starter jacket? No.
No.
What were you gonna match?
I would wear the jersey. I would wear the jersey. I would a Bart Starr for a jersey. I'll wear a throwback.
Kim, what is your views on grown men wearing jerseys?
That's a good question.
I
I've always
can
wondered
see.
that, actually.
What was that, Nick?
I've always wondered that. Like, I don't see any problem with it wearing it to the game. Or, like, if you're going to a game, why can't you wear a jersey then?
Kim?
Okay. No, I couldn't hear you guys, but I couldn't hear you guys. What about the Jets?
The Jets. Jets, Jets.
Hey, is it just me or does Mark Sanchez look better and better?
Does who?
Mark Sanchez? He has your haircut, bro.
It looks better in terms of looks, or what are you talking about?
Actual quarterback?
Or playing better.
He has your haircut.
He's playing to save his
We're talking
job.
about uniforms.
Performance-wise?
Good looks.
Oh.
We'll see who's going to be there next year. This is a joke for them this year.
They're rebuilding just like the Raiders are.
Raiders have been
The Jets are in a
rebuilding for
rebuilding
that
stage.
long time.
Once
I
Rex
don't know.
Riley's gone,
I don't know how the
what?
Raiders are going to
Jets is
sell.
going to go back.
Thumbs up on the Jets uniforms, though.
I like the Jets uniform.
I like the new uniform, how they have it now, compared to the ones in the late 80s, early 90s. That didn't look good. Going to the classic look.
Of the Jets.
Tennessee Titans.
Thumbs down.
No.
All the
They
way
need a revamp.
Reboot.
all the way down.
They need
It
a
was
reboot.
good at the time, but they need something new.
Wait, is it only football uniforms you're evaluating?
Oh, I do want to say that you know, from a texter listener, that he agrees with Kim that Scott Disick does look like Christian Bale.
Thank you. Thank you. I told you. I told you.
You got one cosign.
That's my boy Scott. He's a good man.
Of course he
Good
is.
man. My boy Scott. My boy.
Okay, since we talked about the Tennessee Titans, what did you guys think of the Houston Texans?
I like their uniform.
I like the uniform. It fit the city.
Anything
Hey,
else?
What does their logo look like? I'm trying to visualize it. I can't.
The bullhorn,
Oil rig.
the bull face. The bull face split down into two
Oh
parts.
yeah, yeah. I
The
got you.
Oilers? The oil rig.
No, that's the
I think
Oilers. That's old.
Oilers.
Houston Texans. Let's talk about the Houston Texans.
Oh, Houston Texans. That's the bull.
Yeah, the bull, whatever you want to
That
call it.
blue and red bull.
So, as much as I'd like to talk more about Mark
Oh.
Sanchez,
One more comment. Can I say the best uniform?
oh what?
The Bayside Tigers The Maroon Bayside Tigers wrestling.
We're the Bayside Tiger and we're
onesies.
Go Tigers, roar!
um,
I actually watched that a couple of days ago.
What's wrong with you?
It was on Netflix. I was bored.
Oh man.
so let's just wrap it up. Let's move our final.
Kim, you sound hella
And,
drunk.
You look drunk now.
He's having a stroke.
Is he frozen?
I think he froze.
He froze again.
Cause he's streaming stuff. You see him watching while we're talking.
I don't even know what he's looking for. Kim, you know you
Stop
froze
streaming.
again.
Stop streaming porn.
Where'd he go?
Clean the hands. Clean the hands.
He's going to get his ass kicked.
About to get his ass kicked.
Sorry.
All right.
Huh?
What's he doing?
What
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was having. I was having technical.
difficulties.
I didn't get your final thought, Russell.
Final thought. In light of what just a report, read an article today regarding Des Bryant on, was that Johnny Manziel? I totally agree. Manziel should be suspended also, but he should also benefit on signing all those. He should be making money. I believe all these college players should be making some type of money, because even though they're on scholarship, they're so restricted on what they can or can't do, and the NCAA is so slow on making rulings on these players, or even colleges on suspensions. It's ridiculous.
I agree, but
Players gotta make money. They can only do so much when they're in school.
well, these guys
And they're restricted on to get jobs. Some of them guys is restricted in getting jobs, or they can only make so much. So these players should benefit because NCAA is benefiting from them, or so they should get some type of payment from the NCAA or from the school from it.
I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Connie,
Yes.
final thought.
I'm excited for fantasy football to begin, and I'm gonna really try my hardest to actually stay dedicated to the league and keep track of my players and, I don't know, try to win this time.
Well, the pot is going to be pretty big, $10 times 12 people, so keep that in mind.
And I can't wait to see everyone almost every week, except for you.
Google Hangouts. Double D. Final thought.
My final thoughts revolve around the demise of the two-sport athlete. Just seeing a lot of Bo Jackson commercials on TV lately.
Really? Bo Jackson?
Hell yeah, Bo's the man, man. Bo knows.
Yeah, 5 Hour Energy, man.
You know, and also with the recent, with the opening pitch for the Kaepernick threw the other day, stuff like that. I just miss, it was pretty awesome just to see, a player all year long, showing that he was a true athlete. It's like I feel like Bruce Jenner is the last real athlete we had in
Bruce Jenner.
This generation ever saw. He was a triathlete. He was a what do you call it? Decathlete, man.
I guess this is the Kardashian episode here.
I guess this is a Kardashian thing.
With that, I hope that, and a lot of it has to do with the big contracts and the restrictions that a lot of players have these days. and dedication to their sport. But I just wish, just out of the blue, even if it's just for the hell of it, we will see another two-sport athlete pretty soon. That's my final thought.
That's a good point. 150.
All right. Excuse me as I rain on the parade of national love celebrating the Golden State Warriors. Not everybody can be prematurely ejaculating like 90% of the Warrior vlogs out there.
Golden State of Mind.
I've had my hopes way too many times blown up in my face by Mike Nolan, Gary St. Jean, Dusty Baker, Mike Singletary. To have any faith in a resurrection of optimism with the team. That's even with winning 2 out of the last 3 World Series. Surprisingly, I'm gonna be nice on the Warriors. I'm not gonna say anything about the hyper on Steph or the fact they traded away my homeboy, the Latvian tan boy. And I'm not gonna say anything about how much of our front how messy our front court is with Festus being injured, David Lee coming out of an injury. Though I don't know if you guys saw a video of him rocking in the rucker, and Andrew Bogut always being hurt. And I'm not gonna say anything about Mark Jackson losing his top X and O guy to Golden State North in Sacramento, but all I gotta say is I do like the trade for Andre Iguodala. He's a solid player, even though he's getting a little bit old. And I'm glad he didn't make the trade back in the day when Anthony Morrow and Anthony Tolliver were part of the team, and that would force him to be like the star of the team. But all I've got to say is that I hope they keep Andre Iguodala on the bench. Both Klang and Harrison Barnes have established themselves in the starting lineup. What Andre Iguodala has to do is pretty much reprise his role in the U.S. Olympic team and just come off the bench. And if the team wants to play big or needs to play big, he can substitute for Klang or Steph. If the team needs to play small, he can come in for David Lee. And, he could be just the defensive guy they need. He can be the point forward. And just totally, the team just be like the 6th starter, but start on the bench rather than be at opening tip-off. Kim is frozen.
Oh, man.
All right, so
There he is.
no, yeah, I'm having technical difficulties, but my thought would be, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
No?
Go on.
Give me a response, please.
Go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay, I'll make this quick
Yeah.
because I'm just having issues here. They say things.
Oh, man.
That was hella quick.
Okay.
Well, on that note, thank you for listening to Hairflips and Layups Volume 3. And we will see you next week, hopefully without Cambodia streaming porn in the background. Are you going to say your comments or what?
You already gave the total.
Okay, I just got. Did you guys close already?
Yeah,
No.
we signed off already.
Okay, let me make this quick. Let me make this quick before my connection acts up again. You know how they say great things repeat themselves? Messages, fashion, and all that stuff. Remember the song? I'll play it right now. Do you guys remember that song?
From Problem Child.
You hear it? Well, anyways, that song right there, it's My Party and I'll Cry If I Want to. It's by Leslie Gore, You know what it reminds me of? I was just like rocking out to this in my car the other day when I was mobbing on Sunset Boulevard here down in.
Marvin?
It reminded me of this song, and I wanted to close out the show, and have the credits run through this song because it's just that good, and that's gonna be my final thought.
Support him!
Red cousins, sweaty bodies everywhere. Hands in the air like we don't care. Cause we came to have so much fun now. Everybody here might get some now. If you're not ready to go home, can I get a hell no? Cause we gonna go all night.
On that note, thanks for listening. Thanks to Russell. Thanks to Rai for helping out, and
Happy birthday, Tim Tebow.
And what we love you. Free Aaron Hernandez.
Really?